Hi everybody, my name's Michael. I wanted to take this time to communicate with everyone that is more or less in the same position I am. I want to talk about what's going on in this world today, in this country, out in my neighborhood, with my family and other things. And I just want to be able to try to give up some answers because I believe that throughout this life, we all have answers that we can all use. And right now, things aren't getting very well. I mean, it seems to be getting worse, and people are more confused. There's more homeless people, there's more mentally ill people, there's more people on drugs, there's all these bad things are going on, but nobody seems to be talking about that. They don't seem to be addressing those issues and being vocal about them. I believe that God put us all here for a reason. I believe that He gave us all a gift. I believe that we all have a purpose, and that if we don't do that, then our life suffers at some point to where we won't feel as though we've done what's necessary in life. So when you get to a certain age, you're like, well, what did I do through life? No matter how much money you have or how much money you think is going to make you happy, it's not. But in this society, in this world, and all these things that happen, money is one of the biggest keys. It seems to make people believe that, it's the catch-all. But what really I know for a fact is that your family and the people in your community are the people that are the most important. And one person really isn't any more important than the other. It's just that how you feel when you help someone, when you give them that what they need, when you give them what they seek without being intrusive or wanting something in return. I know that at some point we all look at life at some sort of, some sort of way to get through or how to make something happen. But I find out now that especially here where I'm at, in this country, especially California, you have all these people. And they come to this country seeking this opportunity, but they don't know how to live. They don't know how to live like a Californian, or they don't know how to live like an American. So they cause these other issues to happen, like, well, I'm going to go slow on the freeway simply because I can. Because now I'm free, and I can just go slow and not have to worry about nobody else behind me or the thousands of people that are involved with driving slow in traffic. We know it's happening all the time, and we know what's going on, but we're going to talk about that. Those are the issues I want to talk to you about. Those are the issues that we know are part of our lives. It's not a matter of what's going on at the Riviera. I don't really care. I'm not going to see the Riviera no time soon. Maybe Hotel Riviera in Las Vegas, maybe, I don't know. But the issue is, we're not going over there. Those issues do not concern us. What concerns us is going to work every day. What kind of job are we going to get? How the hell are we going to live from day to day? And my God, can I get rid of these student loans? Okay, can we talk about those? Oh, and please, can I say this right now, since I'm the black guy in the room? Let's talk about this race thing, okay? And don't get me started with the Donald Trump thing, if I can touch on that just very briefly. This guy is one of those rich people. And whether you know it or not, things are going to change. But it's not going to change in your best interest. It's only going to change for those best interests of the people that are in that 1% to 2%. I think the 1% people are going to come back down, and then maybe the Black Lives Matters people are going to fade away. I don't know. Maybe if they stop shooting black people, I don't know. But in the meantime, we have to consider that a recession will happen again very quickly after Europe finishes doing what it's doing, and they begin to take back all their little toys from everybody in their kingdom. So we have to look at that, and we have to look at these issues that face us every single day. I mean, I don't know whether you guys know this or not, but our school system's like 30th in the world. It's sad, but you're now dealing with a gang of dummies. And these are educated people, got PhDs, and think they're the smartest people in the freaking world. They think so highly of themselves. they actually create crimes. And I'm gonna mention this thing called institutional poverty. Let's talk about that for a very brief second. And this is oh my God. This is one of the number one reasons why I'm even doing this. Institutional poverty. Let's talk about our government. Best in the world. Don't get it twisted. Navy veteran myself. But the deal is, the government and the cronies, and specifically these Republicans. Oh, somebody gonna get roasted over this. These people were mandated to do something many, many years ago, and it was to bring people out of poverty. They didn't do it. And now it's just institutional poverty. We'll get over that. And, you know, it's just nerve-wracking that we have a government that can treat you bad, take your money before you get it, use that money to help somebody else across some other sea with trillions of dollars of your money, my money, and then turn around, give you a ticket because you didn't move your car fast enough, and then on top of that, audit you. But they can't find Saddam Hussein. Okay, well, he's gone now. Brother man took care of that. But in the meantime, we got people around here that are hiding money. You know, they're coming across the border with money and drugs and all these things that are happening. But I'm pretty sure that by doing this video, say once a week for about 15 minutes, I'm going to feel better. And this is just for me. But I'm doing this because I want to help not only myself, but others around me. So, I think I have a better idea than a whole bunch of PhDs. And I mean a whole block full of them. A whole school, really. Because I don't think they were smart enough to not learn what somebody else taught them. So, line the PhDs up. I'm going to battle them brain for brain, brain cell for brain cell, because I'm absolutely positive. You can't learn from a dummy. And I don't care really what you're trying to learn. You can't learn from stupid people. So, it's on and cracking. Okay, one of the other reasons that I've done this too is the fact that I do believe that everybody is feeling the fact that something really, really bad is about to happen. And I mean really bad. I mean, we're in California and we deal with earthquakes. I know everybody else around the world has typhoons, they have hurricanes, they've got tornadoes, and you know, your stuff ends up in the next county, and you know, you can always get that stuff back maybe. But in California, it's way more permanent. You know, once the ground comes out from under you, it's going to be pretty hard to try to settle that back in. And once that happens to us, it begins to kind of shift all around the world, and you know, bring a fire thing, you know. It's just one of those things that has to happen. So, I think that somebody needs to talk about how to be a survival person. Somebody that can survive a disaster. And I have a drawing that my cousin did a while back. And I was amazed because my cousin's like certifiably crazy. I mean, he's mad from M-A-D. He's just crazy person. But he did this drawing because we were sitting there talking one time, and the next thing you know, he handed me this drawing, and it was amazing. It was a disaster relief trailer. It had pretty much anything you really wanted in it in order to, I mean, I don't care if it was from building a new structure to drilling or creating electricity or doing these other things. It was really weird. But he also did this other drawing that some people were talking to him about, and that had to do with filtering the air. With a skyscraper. Filters on the 50th floor. And it made plenty of sense, and a lot of people paid attention to it. But the funny part about it is nobody does it. Makes a lot of sense, but nobody does it. They spend millions and millions and millions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, but nobody does it. It's very simple, but nobody does it. So you wonder, you have to think, you have to ask yourself, if these ideas are here, why no one is doing them? And then you have to look and you say, well, wait a minute, corporations. Yeah, we're going to get into that too. But right now, I just want to say, I hope everybody's going to have a good new year, because 2017, whew, man, it could be pretty rough for some of you. But hey, this is good news. I was a Boy Scout. I'm going to help you. Believe me, camping is fun. And, you know, after a certain amount of time and, you know, you get over the shock of not having electricity or not being able to use your smartphone or not watching TV constantly, you'll probably get used to the fact that silence really does help. It helps you gather your thoughts. It helps you get your mind right. It helps you get in contact with your Creator. So you have to think about that, and you have to look at it to the point and say, well, even though bad things will continue to happen, there's a lot of good things that will come out of those bad things. And you have to think about that at all times. So, I'm going to try to do this again. That's my little 15 minutes or so. So, I just want to be able to say, I care. I'm being compelled to do this because I have to. And if I don't, who will? So, from me to you, if we look at this correctly, if there's anybody that you want to confide in, just think about that. But think about what's being said. Think about what can be done. Think about what you should do. Put your mind in motion and continue to remember that brain is very powerful. And if you sit there and just stare and don't do things, nothing will happen. If you don't build the ship won't come in. If you don't supply the ship can't run. So it can't go out, it won't come back in. So we have to look at this from the fact that knowledge, all that you can grab, all that you can hold within these next few years, and I'm only saying this simply because we're only going to do this for about a year. We're going to do that, and we're going to talk, and we're going to communicate, and later on, maybe you guys can ask some questions. So thank you. Thanks for your time. We'll see you again next week.